Many Taiwanese public figures who refuse to compromise with the CCP are bravely standing up and providing evidence of the CCP's attempts to buy them off. For example, Taiwanese performer Xie Hexian posted on Facebook on June 14th about a cooperation invitation he received from Beijing Ciguang Film and Television Media, which aimed to build a new type of cross-strait relationship, and it emphasized that he could receive an annual endorsement fee of 10 million new Taiwan dollars. This is Stan, your favorite Polish Taiwan YouTuber. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to today's show. Today let's talk about how the CCP is spending money on cultural infiltration campaigns against Taiwan, and influencers like Potter King remind Taiwan to be vigilant. Recently, Taiwanese YouTuber Potter King and the other influencers have come forward to remind the people in Taiwan that the State Council of China has allocated the budget for a cultural infiltration campaign against Taiwan. It is very likely that they will invite several Taiwanese influencers to travel to China, and by introducing the local customs and cultural differences between the two sides of the Taiwan Strait, they will package a unification campaign targeting the young generation in Taiwan. The approach emphasizes defining based on personal experience to shape the impression that China is not that authoritarian. Or even narratives like China is a free country, aiming to launch a new wave of brainwashing campaigns against Taiwan.
As far as I can see, people in China really do have a lot of freedoms.
Such narratives immediately make me think of the influencers like Zhong Minxuan, who has recently been traveling to China frequently and heavily promoting the idea that China is not as bad as people say, and you can freely discuss politics there.
北京人就爱讨论这些事儿。
你刚一上车就跟我讨论，我直接吓到啊！
对啊，对于我们来说就是家常便饭嘛。
所以你们很常聊政治啊？
北京老百姓就爱聊政治。
真的啊？
At the same time, he also said in his videos that China is actually very safe and that everyone should experience it personally. However, Zhong Minxuan's Little Red Book account, which is a Chinese social media platform, was taken down without warning just 5 days after it was launched. Everything is happening very fast nowadays. You start licking the CCP's boots and the retribution comes also swiftly. As the CCP's new wave of infiltration campaigns is being exposed, many Taiwanese public figures who refuse to compromise with the CCP are bravely standing up and providing evidence of the CCP's attempts to buy them off. For example, Taiwanese performer Xie Hexian posted on Facebook on June 14th about a cooperation invitation he received from Beijing Ciguang Film and Television Media, which aimed to build a new type of cross-strait relationship, and it emphasized that he could receive an annual endorsement fee of 10 million new Taiwan dollars. So why is the CCP using this method to brainwash the Taiwanese people? Because after the years of verbal attacks and military threats, many Taiwanese people have realized their differences from China. The feeling of national identity is on the rise. According to a poll released by the Mainland Affairs Council on May 30th this year, more than 80% of Taiwanese people support the newly inaugurated President William Lai's stance that Taiwan's future should be decided by its 23 million people. The exact support rate is 88.5%, and 83% of the Taiwanese people support the statement that any political party must oppose annexation and protect sovereignty. Among the respondents, 89% oppose the CCP's long-term military threats, economic coercion, and efforts to persuade Taiwan's diplomatic allies to sever ties with Taiwan. However, this survey also found out that only 65.1% of the Taiwanese people are affected in their willingness to travel to China by the CCP's ongoing tightening of national security laws and expanding law enforcement powers, such as Taiwanese people possibly being subjected to forced inspections or have their personal belongings or phones searched when traveling to China. This means that there is still over 30% of people who are not vigilant. Coincidentally, shortly after the survey was released, Taiwanese LGBT photographer Lin Jiahang was inexplicably arrested and detained by the Chinese police at the end of May while participating in the Nanjing Art Book Fair with his LGBT photography works. During the investigation, Lin Jiahang was interrogated 6 times about private matters, was taken to a small room where he was stripped naked for inspection, had photos taken and underwent blood tests and fingerprinting. He was not released until midnight. Furthermore, afterwards the spokesperson for the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council, Chen Binghua, humiliated Lin Jiahang at a press conference by claiming that 58 of his exhibition pieces were obscene. Therefore, he violated violated the laws on transporting obscene materials. This fact not only once again contradicts influencer Zhong Mingxuan's promotion that China is not as terrifying as people say, but also once again confirms for Taiwanese people that all the various friendly images projected by the CCP are just infiltration and propaganda tactics. Behind these hypocritical online campaigns, the CCP is also actively expanding its grey zone operations to suppress Taiwan's sovereignty. Taiwan's national security officials stated on June 13th that the CCP's recent behavior over the past few weeks can be broken down into 3 strategies. First, using drones to distribute simplified Chinese leaflets in Kinmen. Second, a former Chinese Navy captain driving small red boat into Tamsui harbor. And third, using Coast Guard ships to escalate non-military conflicts. At the same time, the CCP is also intensifying internal hate propaganda against Taiwanese people. Additionally, they are restricting Chinese students from going to Taiwan for exchanges, because they're worried that if Chinese students discover the truth in Taiwan, such as the friendliness of Taiwanese people and the actual functioning of Taiwan's democracy, it might undermine the brainwashing propaganda within China's borders. On April 9, 2020, China announced the suspension of policies allowing the Chinese students to go to Taiwan, and Taiwan's universities have not enrolled any new Chinese students for 4 years. Therefore, after the graduation season in June 2024, Taiwanese universities will face a zeroing out of Chinese students. From the above signs, it is clear that the CCP's aggression towards Taiwan is increasing. On June 12, former US Homeland Security Advisor Dmitry Alperovich mentioned in a media interview that the period from 2028 to 2032 could be the timing for a potential CCP invasion in Taiwan. On June 13th, during the US Congress's US-China Economic and Security Review Commission (USCC) hearing, multiple experts indicated that the CCP is actively preparing for Taiwan's trade conflict and direct confrontation with the US. The USCC commissioner and former Trump advisor Cliff Sims directly pointed out in his opening remarks that the CCP's strategic preparations for the worst and extreme situations have infiltrated all levels of the state. Some US intelligence personnel predict that the People's Liberation Army could be ready for war as early as next year. Gabe Collins, a fellow at the Baker Institute for Public Policy at Rice University, also pointed out that the extreme situation Xi Jinping is worried about is war, and the CCP is prepared to confront the US directly if necessary. As the saying in Mandarin goes, 文攻武吓, which means cultural offensives and military threats, the CCP's operations against Taiwan are comprehensive, ranging from internal infiltration and cultural unification campaigns to external military and diplomatic encirclement. In the face of the various threats from the CCP, Taiwanese people must demonstrate their determination to defend the country and also enhance national defense awareness. It is essential to understand that only by strengthening Taiwan's defense capabilities, ensuring economic security, promoting value-based diplomacy, and cooperating with global democratic nations to form a community of peace can Taiwan deter the CCP, avoid war, and pursue peace backed by strength. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please press like, subscribe, and share. This is Stan. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.